All right, here we are again, having to analyze David Paulides. Very interesting what he is complaining about here. He's talking about people accusing him of saying that Bigfoot has been taking children, and he's saying, I never said that. They're trying to destroy my credibility. Destroy your credibility? You're walking that line so tightly that you're asking for your credibility to be destroyed. This is just a ploy. This is total psychological manipulation. He goes in here and he's complaining about a lot of stuff, which we're going to hear him say. But he is an absolute liar. He's been implying that Bigfoot has been taking these people forever. It's a Dennis Martin case that people saw the quote-unquote bear with the child over its shoulder. He's talking about Bigfoot abductions, and then he's claiming he's not. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just reporting the facts. Missing people. I'm not speculating on anything. That's his whole fucking game plan. Never say what does it, right? Oh, no. Wait. Missing 411, the UFO connection. Okay, so you're gonna say it was UFOs, but you don't think that ruins your fucking credibility, you fucking kook? Give me a fucking break. You'll talk about UFOs all day, but you don't want to talk about Bigfoot, even though you wrote 2 books about Bigfoot, dumb fuck, before your Missing 411 books, and then you infiltrated the Bigfoot online community on the premise of those 2 books that you wrote, and then you start introducing this, and then what do you release later? Oh, you're a member of MUFON. You're a member of MUFON, the Mutual UFO Network. Well, guess what? It's been known for decades that MUFON has been infiltrated by government agents, and that has been a rumor and speculation, not even considering the fact that William Cooper said that while in naval intelligence, he was a very high-ranking naval intelligence officer, and he saw top-secret documents that said that Whitley Strieber and Linda Moulton Howe are on the CIA payroll. Well, guess who is leading the UFO disclosure movement? Linda Moulton Howe. She's a fucking double agent. She's at every conference. She's the speaker. She's introducing all of the speakers. She's running the show. The government's running the show on disclosure. So all the masses following Missing 411 are getting thrown right into the already existing UFO disinformation funnel channel by the government set up, and they're doing it with Bigfoot. But guess what? It's a lot easier to go out and investigate Bigfoot than it is to investigate UFOs, isn't it? It's kind of hard to get into a top secret underground military base or get in with the limits of Area 51. But guess who did it? I bet none of you listening have seen the footage of William Cooper when he hiked to whatever peak it was, and he looked down on Area 51, and they filmed UFO craft at Area 51. Whether it was ours or UFOs, whatever, they filmed these tests of a craft. They actually expanded the limits of the Area 51 range for miles to take up every surrounding mountain range so that nobody could hike up and look down. But William Cooper got it on camera. This guy's been exposing the truth about the fallacies within the UFO truth movement for years. William Cooper has. And David fits right into the fucking red flag modus operandi of these double agents. Oh, I never said that. I just implied everything. I mean, it's fucking absurd. The other thing I wanted to point out, Scott Carpenter just recently came out, and trust me, I looked for like an hour trying to find which video it was in that he said it, and I couldn't find it. But Scott Carpenter was recently telling a story about when he was coming out with some Dogman information, and it was when he was giving DNA to David and the Sasquatch Genome Project DNA search. And of course, that's another thing that David attached himself concerning Bigfoot, and now he won't even mention the Bigfoot word, doesn't want to associate it with Missing 411 at all, which is absurd because there's plenty of dogman attacks and murdered people that are out there that are probably cryptid attacks that he doesn't want to touch, that he doesn't want to talk about, that he would never ever speculate. Let's see, but going back, so lost my train of thought there. But so he's not wanting. Yeah, when he's telling Scott Carpenter, don't talk about the dog man. People are gonna think you're crazy, man. Don't talk about that stuff. We're doing Bigfoot. That's out there enough. Don't be bringing dog man into the mix. You're gonna ruin our credibility. And that is just the whole thing. It's like it's a cult of personality. It's controlling thought. Here, hey man, do what I do. Don't. You're working a little too fast here. You're thinking a little too far out the box. Hey, don't get done with the test so early. Like, slow down. Let's all get done at the same time so we can all look like we're all equals here. He's trying to slow everybody down. He's trying to slow everybody down. He's trying to mislead you. He's trying to throw you off the trail. Of course there's missing people related to Bigfoot. I don't think it's very common, but you've got instances of Sasquatch, and Matt from Bigfoot Crossroads will tell you. This dude, Kumbo and them know about it. He got picked off and carried off by a Bigfoot, and he pulled his firearm and discharged it next to the Bigfoot's head, and it dropped him. But that's a true story, man. Don't think these things can't get you. Don't listen to the Brent and Sawin channel. There's a story about 2 Sasquatch breaking into an old lady's house and never seeing her again. So you think that missing 411 couldn't be connected to Bigfoot? Of course it could be connected to Bigfoot. This guy's he's a detective. He's like, oh, I got the whole case solved right here. Got it wrapped up and figured out here. Oh, what about this evidence, David? Don't worry about that evidence. We have a suspect and we have him in custody. We're going to railroad him through the system and put him in prison. You can rest assured, ma'am, the guilty are in where they need to be. You never know what he's not telling you, what he's not doing. You don't know. He's not taking all the evidence into consideration. This guy is a cover-up artist for sure. Don't get me started on his dead son.
Let me get this right out of the way. Got several emails and several notes on videos. There's somebody going around saying that I made a claim that little kids are being taken by Bigfoot. Never said that, ever. And they're lying. And it's just to demean me and to make me look foolish in the eyes of some. And I think it's a shot at my credibility by this law enforcement person. I never met the man. I have no idea who he is. And I'm not going to give them 2 minutes of my time. But it is...
I'm sorry, this guy cannot even look at the fucking camera. He's got his eyes to the top right, then he's going back down to the bottom left, then he pretends he's looking at the camera for a second, then he's to the back top right. Watch these fucking shifty eyes. You go rewind it and analyze it if you can. I'm fucking astonished at this. Look at these fucking... Look, you can't even look at the camera. He's a fucking liar.
Slander. Because I never even came close to saying something like that. A couple of you have written to me and said, Dave, did you ever say that? No, I didn't. And if you could go into that video, I'm not going to give them any publicity, but if you know what it is...
The only time he looks at the camera is when he wants you to fucking understand something. I never said that. No, I didn't say that. The only time he looks at the camera is when he's telling you the lie that he wants you to fucking believe. This guy's a fucking weirdo.
He's an outright liar. And have him quote where I said it, because he can't. There's a lot of people in this world that have the need to demean or put down somebody else to make themselves feel better in life. Rather than somebody go out and find their own niche, they're just going to try to ride the heels and then ride on the back of somebody else. It's a sad story.
Oh, they're riding your coattails just because they're critical and thinking you're not doing it right? Well, maybe you're not doing it right, buddy boy. Oh, you're such a victim, aren't you? Looks like he's gonna fucking cry.
State of affairs, and I've had it happen to me a few times. It's happening right now on Wikipedia. Somebody just decided to basically lie about my entire life history on Wikipedia and keep it up. And several of you have tried to get it corrected. Can't. So that's disheartening. I've lost a few jobs because of that, from some pretty important people in this world who read the Wikipedia page and thought it was true and couldn't have anything to do with me. So be it. I'm sure the Wikipedia people are ecstatic about that.
Why don't you sue Wikipedia? I thought you had connections. I thought you had billionaire investors that are so interested in your pursuit of the truth about Bigfoot. Whatever happened with that? They just launched your book career and then went back into the shadows? Yeah, sure.
And there's been other instances where a couple of radio hosts have absolutely lied about me. And
like who?
I'm not going to give them any publicity either.
Why not? See, this motherfucker, he says, I'm not going to give anyone the publicity. No, you don't want people getting back to the truth and what they know about you. You wouldn't even mention their name so that people could do a little fact checking for themselves. Total cult. Not going to give them any publicity. How about you fucking give us a link back to the people who are making accusations against you so we can hear what they got to say? Oh no, you don't want people finding out the truth, do you, bud?
But I will say this, that I was on a radio show for someone who's like a third-tier radio person on the real radio. And I said I'd do the show if they would give me a copy of the show so I could post it to my YouTube. They said, sure. I did the show, called them back, wouldn't give me the copy, wouldn't talk to me, wouldn't acknowledge me, just completely ignored me. And in radio, there seems to be a lot of questionable ethical people out there. Because
Well, but you attached yourself to George Norrie in the Coast to Coast program to launch yourself into the minds of the American public, didn't you? You utilized that radio program to the fullest, and that's how everybody knows about you in the first place. And George Norrie has Jesuit connections, and that show is known to be more of a disinformation conduit than anything. If the worst of them all is that little Ian Punnett motherfucker. I'd love to drop kick that little fuck. But as soon as people start getting on, see, Ian's not even smart. Soon as people would ask the right question, oh, we got to go to a break. I don't know, blah, blah, blah. He's just a little fuck. Like, you'd get callers that were actually getting onto it, or you'd get a guest who was actually talking about something, and then when they came back from the break, they wouldn't even pick it up on the same topic. They'd start on something else. Total cover-up. Norrie's guilty of that. It's disgusting. But that's how David came into your awareness.
I've run into similar things before. And that's why I've really cut back on some of my contacts out there. A lot of backstabbing that goes on, a lot of lying, and not a lot of ethics. Sad state of affair, really.
Lying, like when you told Scott Carpenter to lie about the Dogman existence? Like when you told George Knapp on the Coast to Coast AM program that you don't believe in the Dogman and you give no credence to the smiley face killer phenomenon? Pfft. Fucking less than intelligent twit. Lead your little following, idiot. The facts and the truth are a lot larger than your little cult of personality club, dumb fuck.
Is this what doing your laundry looks like? Wouldn't you love it if it looked like this instead?
Don't you hate that this motherfucker put some ads on this video? I don't know, whatever, David. Make your fucking pennies, bud. Make your fucking pennies.
Since we're talking about missing people, I've got some pretty good letters for you.
Okay, we're going back to it. throw the ad after you got the rant. Yeah, we're not going to go on that. But what I'm telling you is, dude's full of shit, giving you a sob story. He's a fucking liar, telling Scott Carpenter not to talk about Dogman. Dogman could be responsible for missing people. Who knows all the cases that are even outside of the range of his parameters. What does he call them? You know what I mean? He's got all sorts of different instances that fit his, investigations, and there could be animal mutilation or human mutilation kills that they blame on animals that he's not even talking about that I know are out there. So I guess those aren't missing, are they? They're found, and it's well known that they're dead. So it's just like, how many people, get taken by these things compared to how many people get eaten by them. You know what I mean? Which one happens more often? Probably an attack. Although, I don't know. Maybe, just maybe, a lot more people are going missing. Maybe a lot of them are going fire in the sky style and are getting abducted. Or does David know that the UFO phenomenon is pretty much untouchable, so that by declaring everything as a UFO abduction, they can stop people from even investigating, thinking that they can't even get close, or thinking that, yes, it's so untouchable that David is giving all the facts on this untouchable experience that we couldn't even get close to, when he's actually covering up for cryptid attacks that are happening very close, very real, right in the woods, and blaming it on UFOs, or just being in complete denial of the fact that cryptid creatures are out there and taking these people, because the Bigfoot are a lot closer than you would ever think. And I've been in the woods with them, and I haven't been taken, but it doesn't mean that I couldn't be. It's a scary thing. It's been years since I've walked in the forest with them in that regard, where you're so far away from anything and any safety. I didn't even have a phone on me in Maine and New Hampshire, okay? All I had was my legs to get me out of there. So, no firearm, no weapon, no knife, because I had to fly on a plane, so I didn't even have a blade on me. It's when you're at your most vulnerable. I just don't trust this guy. Like I said, don't get me started on his son. It's like, how does your son commit suicide if you're such a reputable, honest guy? And your son produced one of your documentaries. Did you pay him for it? Did you let him get some profit for it? Did he resent you for not allowing him to make money on it? If he even killed himself. You're affiliated with MUFON, and you're a figurehead in a truth movement about a subject that's being covered up by the government. Just like Linda Moulton Howe is a figurehead in a truth movement that is being covered up by the government, and she's affiliated with MUFON, and she is an absolutely identified double agent. You fit the profile, David. To your own accord, on your own account, you fit the profile. What's missing in the Sasquatch truth movement is the awareness of the double agent. You don't understand that Jeff Meldrum is on television covering up the Marble Mountain Sasquatch and the fact that it makes the shooter's pose of aiming a rifle at the people who are filming it and talking about having a .22 in their backpack and wanting to shoot the creature. It screams of psychic Sasquatch phenomenon, and yet the cover-up deafens any truth that might be found when the figurehead of the community is a double agent and their opinion is being used as a weapon to weaponize the cult-like mentality of the internet generation. The internet used to make people so much smarter, but the government and Google and net neutrality and Obama and the Jesuits and the Freemasons and everybody else who's been covering up against the American people who are working against the truth and the American people have made sure the internet is very difficult to find the truth any longer. And all you're directed to is garbage like Missing 411. I swear on my life, I can do a fucking search about Bigfoot, and guess what comes up? I would bet my fucking left foot on it. Let's just type in Bigfoot. It'll be... I'll see if we can find some fucking Missing 411. It's the fucking garbage. Here's the fucking retards on the fucking TV. Matt Moneymaker. No, that's not him. Sorry, that's another dumb fuck. But you know what I'm saying? It's the same shit. History Channel. There's a dumb fuck. The same idiots. The same morons. Why not videos? Why not real videos of Sasquatch? Why not the Marble Mountain footage? I mean, that one's legit. But it's on Animal Planet. The Facebook Finding Bigfoot channel broke this shit down. Then these guys come on TV and steal the info, put it on TV, and they're getting featured. It's all television garbage. If you search out Bigfoot, TV propaganda, TV propaganda, TV propaganda. Sorry, did we see any fucking Missing 411 yet? Getting fucking distracted. It's all the fucking same garbage. ABC News. Who's featured? Look at all the fucking channels. All just garbage. 9.5 million views. 0.4. I can't get that fucking kind of views. I got a real Bigfoot on tape. Why don't you fucking show my Bigfoot from New Hampshire? No. Oh, there was a History Channel. That's real footage. Oh, Fox News. Oh, Survivor Man. Oh, controlled all by the corporate America. Channel the money. Funnel the money back to the fucking wealthy. See how the system works? You fucking see how the system works? Google ad revenue. Google ad revenue. Whoa, there's the first legit channel. Buckeye Bigfoot. Pretty good. Okay, so I didn't see any Missing 411 on there yet. But it's just fucking garbage. You know that. I know that. You get the fucking point. But, you know, liars got to be fucking dealt with. They're lying, you're lying. Who started it, right? He hit me. Well, he hit me. Well, if you're both fucking slapping at each other, you're both fucking guilty. If you're a fucking liar about Dogman and Scott Carpenter, and you're lying about the Dennis Martin and not thinking it's a Bigfoot, then fuck you, you fucking liar. You're full of fucking shit, you little sissy. You fucking shit your diaper and complain that nobody's there to change it for you, you fucking baby.